Welcome back. Thursday, the 16th of April. Just got, man, look, time goes by so fast. As you get older, it goes faster and faster and faster. It's really crazy. Nonetheless, we're right back at you again. Good to see everybody on a Thursday evening. Got some charts to talk about. Wow, have things evolved over the last couple of days? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Crypto and Charts After Dark. If you haven't done so, please go hit the like button. It's absolutely free, costs nothing, never has, never will. Subscribe while you're there. Google tells me the most you guys don't for whatever reason. And hit the notification bell while you're there too. Bam, that's out of the way. Let's get to it. What's up, Jeremy, in the chat? Good to see you. Darth says, is this live? What's up, Darth? Another new name, bro. How many accounts you got? That's crazy. Good to see you, brother. Ain't seen you on here in a long time. Good to see you, my friend. If you're watching over on Rumble, give me a shout out over there. Let's see. That's our alternative viewing platform. Get it right there. I hit the wrong button. Bam. There we go. And we'll pin it. And for you guys watching over here, man, y'all go hit like too. Look. Go hit like. Bam. If I can comment, you can comment, right? And there you go. Pinned. So it's good to see everybody, man. Thursday. It's wild how fast things move. Such a fast-paced world. And I remember back a long time ago when I first started doing this, dude, I had like time to breathe. And it's just different now. Different duties, different things to do. I just don't have the time that I used to. It's pressing. It's pressing. I'm trying to do my better. I'm trying to do my best at moderating that time a little bit better as we go here. And I have evened out for the last couple of weeks, but man, it's been real pressing the last couple of months here, man, trying to get everything all jumbled up into one. We're running a business and a career and family and kids and surgeries. And man, it's been wild. It's been a wild time, but nonetheless, we're here. What's up, Justin? Justin Wayne, good to see you, brother. Yeah, man, check it out. He says a decade later. That's crazy. We are working on 8 years. Well, not all of us, 7 years. But yeah, we're working on a decade of the 786 thing, which is freaking crazy, dude. Pretty impressive to think about, isn't it? Isn't it crazy, man? It's wild times. Brad Williams, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. All right, so I've got oil up here on the thumbnail, and I got oil up here on the screen. Why? Well, interestingly enough, in case you didn't know this, the whole world runs on petroleum. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the fuel you put in your tank, the aircraft that delivers your goods, the vehicles that deliver the goods from the aircraft, the goods that you buy, the goods that you use, the goods that you need, the lipstick your wife puts on, the chapstick that you use, the Vaseline that you use, the cups that you drink out of, and multiple other things. They're all made with petroleum-based products. All that means oil, all right? And it's meant that for a very, very long time. There are a couple of really interesting things about oil that not a lot of people know about, right? The U.S. is responsible for a large portion of oil productivity in this world. You may not know that, but you know now. And I know it may seem like it's the Middle East, and they do provide a good chunk, but it's nothing like what the U.S. provides. And you'll go back and you'll say, oh, well, why don't the U.S. have sheiks and, oil money like that? We do. It's called Texas, right? It's a little different here, but a similar kind of thing. So don't get it twisted. There's still most of the oil that you see comes from us. But why is the prices so high? Well, supply and demand. The more demand there is, the higher the prices go. The less the supply is, the higher the prices go. When you have fewer people pumping oil, the demand increases because the supply decreases. It's the laws of supply and demand. And as such, we've seen oil prices spike all the way up to over $100 a barrel recently. Now, kicking it back to the not so recently, this has been flowing from 125, which was the high in 2022, all the way down to 55, which was the low last year, this time in 2025. All right, now as we stand, we're about $90 a barrel, which is still high. Don't get me wrong. I get it. We got the jazz on, bro. Why ain't got jazz on? Why my jazz don't play? There it goes. Bam. As it sits right now, we're still floating around $90 a barrel. But as you see, oil prices going down was the thumbnail. I never make clickbait thumbnails. They're always real and they always mean something. So let's dig a little deeper on the data. We talk about the 821 EMA all the time. And for oil, it's no different. It's just a chart like everything else. While it does move slower and tends to consolidate more, meaning go sideways, it doesn't change the data. It doesn't change the way you use the data. And the EMAs, the exponential moving averages that you see, the green and the purple line right here, the 8 EMA and the 21 EMA still work the same way they work with every database chart, right? There you have them right there. Your 8 EMA is usually over the 21 EMA when we have an uptrend going on, as you see that started all the way back here in January. That's when we saw an 821 EMA cross on oil. Well, that's not the way the timeline worked for everything that you've heard, right? Exactly. So this is why the beauty of data always matters first. Forget the news, forget what you feel, forget what you wish or hope and dream. Doesn't matter. Let's go stick to the data. It's been in an uptrend since January. I say uptrend, it's been a good 821 EMA cross since January. We actually broke out in March, what you're going to inflate news with. That's fine. I get it. You want to chase news, but I'm telling you, you were late. 3 months late, actually. Now, for the first time since January, we have a downward 821 EMA cross, meaning exactly what you think. Not only did we get an 821 cross downward, meaning our second way of going, all right, maybe we should slow down. But several days ago, we got 2 closes under the 21 EMA back here at the 1st of April. 1 right there, 2 right there, the red candle and the green candle. 2 closes under the 21 EMA typically means, all right, I should slow down here. On top of that, you got your 821 EMA downward cross, meaning not only should I slow down, but I should really pump the brakes. To put the last piece of the puzzle in there, you can do the 50 moving average, which is our Reaper strategy. Reaper strategy is a system of a way to buy and a way to sell with a stop loss that kind of helps keep you out of the clear here and keep you from losing your ass. It's the whole purpose of this indicator. So 3 ways here. 2 under the 8 EMA would be your first sale point. 821 downward cross would be your second sale point. And the third sale point would be the 50 moving average. Now, as you see, we have not closed under that as of yet. We've only just now recently got 821 downward cross. So far, that's all we've gotten. Now, that's usually enough for me to pump the brakes and say, hey, yo, what's the deal? And for that reason, I did take some profits on some stuff. But I didn't sell everything. And here's the other reason behind that. Typically, we see oil prices go down. We see a move up in other equities, be that traditional assets like your S&P 500, your NASDAQ, your Dow Jones, your Russell 2000, your US 30, all that kind of stuff, right? You tend to see that go up when oil prices come down because people have more available income to spend. And there's a whole trickle-down butterfly effect of that. People take more vacations, they drive more, they spend more. That all means better profit margins for the companies that we chart, right? So typically you'll see the prices go up when they have better profit margins. Secondarily, that also matters to investment strategies when you involve anything else like crypto or Forex exchange or anything like that. There's also an upward effect. So as we've seen oil taper off here from 112 back down to below 90, which is a good thing, and I think we may actually come down a little bit farther. I talked about this before. I think we're probably going to get down to that 50 moving average at around 84 to 82, and I think that'll happen sooner than later. But the problem here is on the higher time frame, when you kick it out a little bit, the weekly 8 EMA, you're only right up against it right now, resting. And the 21 EMA, well, that's all the way down at 77. And being realistic here, to ask it to blow straight through the 50 moving average is a big ask. I don't think it's going to go straight through the 50. In fact, I think it will hesitate, bump its head on the 50 moving average for a little bit before it ever falls back. And this is a very, very aggressive downtrend to match the very aggressive uptrend. Does it mean anything monetarily? Yes. Does it mean anything news-wise? No. All we're seeing is we finally got an 821 downward cross, which means price relief for oil. Now, the oil companies are making a killing right now, obviously. But the problem is when oil prices get too high, you all don't buy enough of it. And the prices come back down. This is why oil companies prefer the price to stay between $65 to $75 a barrel. I can really tighten that up to $68 to $72 a barrel. That's just enough money for them to make good profits and enough money for you not to complain about the price. Too much, you complain about the price. Not enough, they don't make enough per barrel, right? Then they can't explore and go look for more, et cetera, et cetera. There's a balance that has to be maintained there. We're starting to see the balance come back a little bit finally. Oil slowly tapering back the way it should be. And again, I think it's probably got some more relief here over the next week or two. That's not a guarantee, folks. I don't do guarantees. I don't do financial advice. It's all just charts and data from me. It's all it ever will be. I don't want you to listen to me. I want you to go take these charts, put the power in your own hands. If you don't believe me, go chart it for yourself and see what's up. What's up, Crypto Big D? 3 a.m. in the UK. Hey, yo, bro, what are you doing up so early or late? Shout out, though. I appreciate it, bro. And that's you. Also appreciate the retweet. For y'all watching over on X, man, give us a like and give us a repost. It's free. It costs absolutely nothing, right? You don't have to subscribe or follow if you don't want to. Hey, babe, but spread the good word. Spread the good word of what we do here so more people can see this, more people can see the data, more people can understand there's more to this than feelings. Feelings get you burnt. We talk about this all the time, and I preach it. Hey, man, don't fall for the feelings. It's a trap. Should know that with women, right? When you fall for the feelings, they got you. But it doesn't matter. People continue to do it. So, can't stop you. I know. Damn. So it's all good, man. Come on, man. Get back to the topic, Keith. Okay. Bloody, fuck you, bloody. That's what you really want to say to me. It's fine. All right. So 821 crosses on a lot of other stuff too. Check it out for the S&P 500. You got an 821 cross all the way back at the beginning of April, and this thing has shot up clean over to where we watched it last time. New all-time high. My goodness, what are we doing here? What an absolute burner that the S&P 500's on. Left this gap in the dust. All your moving averages are starting to roll up here. I don't even have them on there. I turned them off so I could make the point about the 821 to 50 moving averages. But the S&P 500 is absolutely flying. You've broken the 50, you've broken the 100, you pushed back over the 200 and created a massive gap like I talked about. Your 821 EMA has started to cut through everything. And when we flip it back over to weekly here, you're in a full-on recovery and breakout mode here. If that's the case, that means we can pull fibs on it. So let's do that now. Fibonacci retracement lets us see where the price is likely to land and or target in either direction. Since this was a downtrend and has broken out, well, we can measure that and see how far we think it's going to go. So start right here, which is roughly the top of the downtrend. We could maybe pull back to this area over here, but I decided to start it right here. We can maybe tinker with it, okay? All right, I started up here and I pulled to the bottom of the downtrend because that's what it was, a downtrend. Now it's broken. It broke out right here, so I pulled that dotted line that you see right there, kind of in line with the trend line. You don't have to do that. It just kind of helps you see things. And it can also help you time out when this thing may stop and go the other direction. You've broken out above your previous high. Excellent. A new high means an uptrend, because now you're going to get a higher low and potentially another higher high after this. Targets for me, you're at 700 right now. If it can maintain this $700 level, and I think it can, I think we're looking at 712 to 735. That's the take profit fibs on the way back up. The 1272, the 1414, and the 1618. Wonderful look for the S&P 500. It's crucial that this stuff battles back and keeps going and doesn't fail. I know for the crypto bros out there that hurts your feelings that it's not crypto doing this necessarily, especially that the money stays over here and doesn't roll over there. But that's the trap you fell for, right? If you really thought all that money was going to come rolling over there, you was on that dope. NASDAQ, same story here for the NASDAQ. Just today creates a new high, a new all-time high, and a full-on breakout. All right, there was your previous high. Here's your new low. You had a breakout right here, and on that breakout, you've passed the previous all-time high like a boss at 26,300-ish. Moving upward, 1272, 1414, 1618, bang, 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 27.2, 27.8, 28.6. Magnificent price action. Those are the prices where I think that the NASDAQ is likely to head to next, and that would be by June 10th, roughly. Why? Because that's where the fibs line up and finish according to this downtrend breakout right here, okay? That lends me to think that timeline I've been telling y'all about, around June, when the new guy comes in, starts ruffling feathers, roughly about that same time is when we should start to see some difference, or have already started by that time. We'll see. I do expect there to be a slowdown. The old saying is sell in May and go away, right? I get it. We'll see what happens. Dow Jones is not as good as the other two. I mean, as you can see, we're still in the golden pocket right here for the Dow. You have not made a new all-time high, but you are over all these moving averages right here, which has created a base of support for us to work our way back up. Here's your Ichimoku cloud. You've passed through the Ichimoku cloud. Excellent. You still have a red cloud, but that ain't going to get it. You still have, well, everything else looks good. You've got the price over the cloud. Excelente. You've got the conversion line over the baseline. That's blue over the red. And you've got the lag line back here over the candles. So you've got 3 out of 4 possible, 4 out of 4 on the way soon. You just need that red cloud on the end to flip into a green cloud, and you'll have 4 out of 4 on the Dow to match the other ones that are doing equally as well. It's just lagging behind a little bit. Semiconductors that we've talked about. My goodness, what an absolute burner semiconductors are on. Ichimoku cloud, you're 4 out of 4. Absolutely killing it on semiconductors. 1272, 1414, 1618 are our stopping points potentially here on the way up. 448 we've already passed. We're on the way to the 1414 fib already at 459. And then you've got that number up there, 475-ish, at about the 1618 number, between 470 and 475. My goodness, what a rip for semiconductors. I do want to warn you, you've already gotten to the overbought territory. May not be overbought on the weekly. Actually, it is overbought on the weekly as well. So again, double warning here. This thing may slow down a little bit and catch its breath. That doesn't mean that it's over. It just means it's going to catch its breath. Where do I think it comes back to and catches its breath? Well, that'll be that 425 to 427 area. Right through here. That'll give it a chance to catch another wave, make a higher low. There's your last low. Here'll be your higher low and a potential higher high at the end of it. Really, really impressive run for semiconductors yet again. How about Apple real fast? We talked about this range that it was stuck under before. Well, guess what? She flipped over that midline range like a boss, pushed right through it, and sat back on top. I told you I was waiting to see some volume. That's exactly what we got. We got the volume that I was waiting to see. Excellent. Now, she broke the moving averages. It did fail back underneath the 100. Makes me think we may consolidate a little bit through here. If we do get some more green volume candles up, we're still stuck under the trend line here long term. So again, I think overall we're going to get consolidation in here till June. We could get a breakout and a new high. You did see the S&P and the NASDAQ breakout. You didn't see the Dow breakout. That means it's not a full-on flip-out race and run, but definitely seeing some encouraging moves up here, and I'm happy for it. Consolidation's still likely, though, so let's be honest about it, right? Tesla, holy smokes. Look at that. What I talked about. Hey, man, this thing's still got to deal with the trend line. And then one fell swoop, she snaps off and busts straight through the trend line. Problem is it run head first right into the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. The 100 moving average is also right up here. So it does have some resistance to deal with on its fight back up. And the weekly is not a ton different. That is a breakout. I would argue that, and I think most people would believe that argument, that that's a breakout. The question is, what are you going to get on the backside of this? You're going to get another lower high and this thing just hang up and roll back over? Or next week, are we going to get a slight push down to begin the week and another move up, getting us up over the hump and over that 21 EMA weekly and that 50 moving average weekly and setting the hook for another run up? Well, I'm not sure yet what exactly we get, so that's why I'm going to keep my head on the swivel on this one. So much volume so quickly. We're about to have an 821 EMA cross. I may consider adding more Tesla here if we get that 821 cross. I don't like to buy on the weekend. That's sketchy. So I may end up waiting until Monday, but I got my eyes on this one for sure. One more, Microsoft. Been watching Microsoft very closely for quite a while. Thank you, John. Been watching Microsoft for quite a while. I told you guys when it was down 42% over here, and when it came all the way down to the lower end of support, and I warned you guys it couldn't do this forever. Sure enough, she's popped up and started making a move. It's still got 30 more percent to all-time high. If you think Microsoft's not going to die and likely to make a new all-time high, 30% just to all-time high, not counting the gains that you could get on top of that. You did make a new short-term high. There's your old high. Here's your new high. That's a short-term high if I've ever seen one. Candles moving toward the 100 moving A. I like that. You've cleared the 50 moving average by a bunch. You've also broken over the trend line. Really, really nice look from Microsoft. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see them bounce back. It's a huge company that had taken a massive punch in the face. Everybody needed this to come up. Whether you hate corporate America or not, you needed that. All right. So let's transition over to some crypto stuff for the last couple minutes of the stream here. So for Bitcoin, you've jumped the 100 moving average. Very impressive. That's a new short-term high right there with a hammer candle on top of that. Very impressive. You are still playing around with the top of this range. All right. Don't be fooled just yet. It's close to a breakout, but it's also stuck under that all-foreseeing trend line right there, sort of suppressing the price down still. It hasn't gotten through that yet. While it's made some progress, she's still on the lower end of, oh my goodness, here we go. You get what I'm saying? It's trying. It's getting close, but not quite there just yet. Kicking it over to the weekly. Again, you still have your lower high in play here. I want you to note that that 21 EMA up there is about 78,400. 77,000 was my number to watch, which is that 236 fib right there. And they both sort of line up in that area. And that white hump you see right there that I drew, that's just marking out the lower highs, high, lower high, lower high. And until you really break this lower high, you're destined to continue them. Unfortunately, it is what it is, right? We got to keep it real here. We never bull crap. We always keep it real no matter how bad it hurts. And this continues to show that it wants to roll over and play dead, not necessarily push up and go flying. Remember, it did this last time. You had a little short-term high right here, and then it really let go. You got your short-term high starting to come in. Is it going to let go? And we'll find out. I do like that the oscillators have started to work their way up. First green you've had in the month and the weekly in a long time. It's been all the way since August of 25 since you've had a green MACD. You do have a cross up on the MACD here. That's good, not bad. I'm happy about it. It's a helpful MACD for a change. Here's your RSI on the weekly. Sure enough, the most oversold Bitcoin had been since 2022 has bounced up. Now the question is, do we get the same sort of consolidation that we had in 2018, 2022, and then in 2026, or are we going to push up a little farther here? Again, I'm inclined to believe that as long as we're under the trend line, as long as we're making lower highs, that we're likely to consolidate and continue these, which is why I'll continue to have a quick trigger on potentially taking profits. I got my eyes on it. I'm not looking away. I think looking away is a terrible idea. So I'm going to continue to stay locked in on it and see what happens. XRP. Good old Ripple coin. So, hey, best week you've had in a long time. And I know it's got people feeling good. It is over the weekly 8 EMA for the first time in a long time. And hey, look at this daily. I can't argue with you. That's over the 821 with an 821 cross. That's over the 50-day moving average. I'm happy about it. That's awesome for you guys. Big pop up just to end the day off today. You are starting to roll back with some red here. And that 100 moving average is slowly creeping down. At a certain point, we're going to hit the limit here and find a lower high. Where will it land? I've been charting this out here time-wise as well. I believe on bits. Which one was it? You guys got to keep me remembering which one I'm using. There we go. All right, so this is the XRP chart timeline I was kind of keeping track of. There should be a high in here somewhere. You've crossed the next high line, so we're looking for another high. As this high comes in, it will slow down. When it does slow down, wherever that happens to be, whether it's up here or whether it slows down here, one of those is going to happen. When that slowdown happens, right over here in June is kind of the area I'm looking for. Not necessarily price-wise. I think that could happen, but more so it's the timeline. A lower high in here sets the hook and could potentially be the low for the year. That could happen in the summer. I'm keeping a close eye on that. It's happened that way several other times before where it made its low in the summer during the bear market. As you see, this was the case last bear market, June 2022, which is almost exactly 4 years ago from now, when I think the same thing's going to happen. Looking back a little farther, September 18, July 18, right around the same timeline, June, July, right? You made your low back then after the bear market started. And yes, it made a new lower low below that, but look at how far and how long it took, right? Potentially made a new low in the summer. I'm going all the way back, all the way to 2018. So let's kick this back. That was 2018. So we need to go back to 2014. 2014, looky there. May, June 2014, timeline almost exactly the same. That was your low, and you made a very, very aggressive high behind that. Now, obviously, it was a lower high, and then a lower high, and a lower high, and a lower high, but that was the overall low for the entire bear market. I think that may be what we have again coming true, slowly but surely, and I tried to line it out the best I could with a bit of a timeline, which are what all these vertical lines are right here, right? Low 1, low 2, low 3, low 4. As you see, it sort of falls along the same pattern. It's not perfect, it's not the same, but there is some sort of rhythmic price action to it, and that's based on timelines. This asset is just following along with the other assets. It's not any independent magical things going on here. I'm just trying to chart it out and find the absolute best spots I can. And I think that's going to be somewhere around June, July. So eyes on it. Now, should we do any more? Okay, one more. Look at ordinals. ORDI. My goodness. So I've been charting Ordi over in the channel for quite a while. I was watching this all the way down here when she was consolidating sideways just a couple days ago. I want to prove to you how well the TA works. So 2 candles over the 8 EMA is your first sign. Do we have 2 candles over the 8 EMA? 1, 2. That's the green candle and the red candle right there. Bang, bang over the 8 EMA. And the very next day, after you get 2 candles over the 8 EMA, you get this massive 48% candle, followed by the 160% candle that it did today. I'm not telling you what to do. You be the judge on what you need to do on your own. I don't tell anybody what to do other than my kids and the wife sometimes. I want you to take the power into your own hand, and I want you to do this on your own. I want you to learn how to chart. I want you to go follow the charts yourself and figure this out. Don't believe me. Go look for yourself. You're going to find out what I'm trying to tell you is the truth, but you're going to have to learn that the hard way on your own. You have to learn to drop the feelings and stick to the data. Boy, is there ever a better case than this right here. It also blew through the 100 moving average and the 200 moving average and the trend line, which is a little bit rare, yes. But my gosh, you could have caught an absolute burner right there. We were charting this over in the Discord. I'm not buying this. I told you guys I wasn't buying any more altcoins for a good long while, and I was being serious about that. So I don't own any, but I do chart hundreds of assets. We do this all the time over in the Discord. Links at the bottom right there. Right? Free first month. Costs absolutely nothing to join. If you're not happy with it, you can leave after the first minute. You don't got to say another word. Anybody gonna hold nothing against you. All right. And if you do decide to stay, it costs a whopping 1/2 of a cup of Starbucks coffee. Could you imagine paying whopping $8? Oh man, wrong button. That was the right button. And on that note, that's all she wrote, folks. 30 minutes is all we do till the bull market comes back. I really don't want to go doing a whole bunch of long streams. But I would like to get back to the old school streams where we streamed for hours and hours. That was cool. At the same time, we had a lot different participation back then. You know what I mean? We used to have 150 plus people on the streams. We used to have so many comments flowing in. It just don't happen that way anymore. And I understand a lot of people didn't make the money that they wanted to make. I get that. But man, you got to take your lumps on the chin and learn, or else you're never going to make it in life, right? Sometimes it takes hardships. The best way to learn is the hard way. thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to have my eyeballs on this stuff all weekend. Hope you guys are too. Hope you had a good week. Hope you enjoy your weekend this weekend. See you guys on the next stream. I know what it is, man. Sky's the limit. I'm out. Peace.